Alright then. We are now going to begin a game that I very much adore. Third game by Supergiant Games. After Bastion and Transistor came Pyre. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we have the option to play the opening, but that's all right. Don't want to spoil anything too much there, but we will go ahead and start a new campaign. Tonight I'm going to be quieter than usual. I'm going to be letting the game do most of the presentation tonight. I'll be adding my thoughts about item collection and team composition when I feel relevant. But until then, we're just going to take it nice and slow and enjoy this beautiful ride. We're going to be playing on True Nightwing. That is the essentially new game plus. Everything is ramped up. The game is essentially harder. There's no reloading or restarting. The item inventory that you can purchase is fully unlocked. Everything's... It's just harder, but it's also a good time. I've gotten a good way through one of those playthroughs before, but we'll just, we'll enable subtitles. Sometimes people have trouble hearing that sort of thing. Yeah. There's no holding back in True Nightwings, not on me or the opponents. Alright, let's begin.
Vitalius.
Doesn't give my shit.
Mukiri Sasta.
Karami Takusei.
Persona tetamo.
Sugrina.
Simpra Piuntis.
Tereulios.
Mazambushan.
Pistos. Gita perde osta mashe. Sila matucho.
Not exactly sure why the game is having frame rate problems right now. That's odd.
Te critanaste?
Agnosenta. U gravitas ta.
Cena senta. Ah. Solicente dia.
Tereso.
Sala haladium.
Mo, Anastasi. Disa, Anastasi.
To me, this was the point where the game went from, oh, this is pretty, to, okay, this is something special. One who can derive meaning from text. Literacy has been prohibited for centuries. Those with knowledge of the old ways violate the laws of the land. We can admit it, we can deny it, or we can remain silent. They all lead to the same conclusion, so we'll just get straight to it.
Bagnin!
Ligaratus.
Cogitenta.
Greetings, Nick. This is going to be a quieter playthrough. I just want to be able to absorb everything again. It's also on True Nightwing, so though it will be quieter, it's going to be much harder than normal. Forward. A formal welcome undersigned by the 8 scribes. You, dear reader, are an exile of the downside, such as we, the 8 who wrote this book of rites. That you possess it and have the capacity to glean its words is testament enough to your potential. Thus we reveal a path from this forsaken place to freedom, a homecoming in glory. The stars themselves shall be your guide. Ere the turning of the year's first solstice, seek the nearest longitude beneath the brightest of 8 as they align as above. Arrive as a triumvirate, clad in the raiments of the rites, bearing this book. Oblige the voice that tells you more. I will not be narrating everything, but I felt like it at that moment.
Chi sentirna?
Reader, dare you tamper with forbidden knowledge? So soon after your sentence into exile. 'Tis true what the book says. You can be free again. Perhaps not you yourself, but someone worthy of the privilege. You witness now the path toward salvation. You witness the rites, the one way to return to glory. Though in your case, I hardly think it possible. Yet, by the grace of the scribes, it is my duty to inform you anyhow.
Allo sei.
Gloricasta.
Oh, ma.
Veretusta.
Barosta.
Ratana. A dire sei.
A celestial orb falls from the heavens when the time is nigh. Exiles conduct the rites as a triumvirate, for they must prove their trust in one another, not just in themselves. The three must act as one. Now plunge into the pyre with the orb and be purified. Yes, the exiled rookie has the way of it. Whoever steps into the flame is banished for a time. His or her cohorts must make do on their own. Oh, but it is not so simple. In the rites, you shall face adversaries whose own freedom is at stake. Beware the aura that surrounds them, as they shall beware yours. The aura is your wrongdoing. Accept it as a part of you. Cast your aura like a stone. Correctly done. Again. Just so. A glorious performance, I admit. More than I expected from the likes of you. Grasp the orb once more. The orb absorbs the aura. Then the orb quenches the flame. Now I say jump. Leap with all your strength. Now snuff out the adversary's pyre whilst yours yet burns. Glorious. Didn't see it coming. Headwind flung the orb into the flame.
Tutorial, yay!
Vanished. Headwind plunged into their fire. Alas for Ruki. Now then, the rite is complete. There, dear reader. Now you understand. Or do you? This was but a glimpse of that which lies ahead. I would tell you to turn back, cast down your hope. But all those such as you never listen.
That took entirely too long. Thank you, Trolley.
Nu mai naraz.
Sundaše Miloše.
Tora Thursday. Solishem ta.
You've been summoned, Trolley. Are you gonna do what the bully says?
Ana zetem.
Consilia.
Indaratarios.
Damarilios ta.
Bravo sta, frati.
Kereamios.
I'm totally jamming in my seat here to the music.
Non da tigra, frati.
Tase.
Interuvina.
Loriomatas.
La P.
Aderas.
Pistalium.
If I remember correctly, the rewards for going to either of these two locations are monetarily the same. You just get slightly different text chats, and one person's a little bit sore at you whenever you go the other way. I usually just go here.
Sugrena.
We'll be going into the Black Wagon and going through everyone's story opportunities when they avail themselves.
Grazie legaratus.
Videre nantis?
Salvare.
In the Black Wagon, there are essentially two important parts: the Book of Rites and the Common Room. Neither of them are actually essential, but the Book of Rites just contains all of the lore that in a normal playthrough you've unlocked up to this point. However, since this is a True Nightwing's playthrough, everything's already unlocked. I'm not actually going to spoil any of that. That is all extremely well written back lore, and I say you should go and play the game yourself. Find out. Of course, you should really go and do that regardless, but you'd probably want to stop right about here. Yeah, spoilers indeed. Anyways, in the Common Room is basically your stats screens. You have your cargo, which you can equip as talismans. You can see which of the masteries your character has unlocked along the way, as well as their stats. Sometimes a character might be afflicted with a negative condition or so forth, and that'd be reflected here. You can also read the bio, and by completing various talking points, you can learn what their crime was, what their motive is, and their years in exile. All sorts of story. And it's all actually very, very imperative when you learn more about the game and the story. But for now, let's just get right to the right.
Nuncaragache.
Satamras.
Gognare munka.
Alright, so here we have the Titan Stars, where Bastian had the ability to invoke the names of the gods, and you could take limiters off in Transistor. Here you invoke the Titan Stars. The Titan Stars
The Titan Stars.
all represent characters that were defeated by the 8 scribes 800 some odd years ago. Each of the stars has its own unique effects, such as the enemy's Pyre gains. Yeah, there's a little bit of dizzy that's going on. Such as minus 30 Pyre to your minus 30 damage to your Pyre, plus 30 HP to theirs, etc., etc. And being True Nightwing difficulty, you have to have 3 of them active at all times.
Biolanthius.
I believe I had Biolanthius, Sungrease,
Archbeast Sungrease.
and Time Singer Harn.
Time Singer Harn.
In the normal game, these are just there to help you level up faster by giving you additional challenge. Here, well, it's required. I'm not a fan of giving them more. Yeah, exactly. They have this similar effect. They're not as drastic as some of the Pantheon increases, but they're definitely tough. No, actually, I don't think I will, since I'm not taking Endriga the Widow. 5 extra damage shouldn't be a big thing. We'll see how this works. I can't remember how my last run was. Let us begin. Just as a reminder, if you decide to play the game your first time through, you won't see these for a good long while.
Freedom! The stars align at last. You reach the Ridge of Goal at the appointed time, and your triumvirate is ready. Your adversaries in the Rites this eve shall be the Accusers. Whose ever pyre yet burns once the other is extinguished shall step closer to freedom. Now let the rites commence.
Simquagre.
Non canticra.
Tumaga versen.
Jerusalem Samptia. Die ganze Schnall. Navarun. Begin! Well, now that was exciting. Bye now. accusers underestimated you? Rookie plunged into their pyre.
Masuria Saventusta.
It seems that you have flustered the accusers.
Sabat Namaina.
Audiras.
Have you any idea what that Lendl did to deserve his exile? All banished.
Triple kill.
It was a crushing blow against their pyre. Oh, fine. The flames of freedom. Their flame has died a little. Wow. A daring display. Flinging the orb into the flames like that. You elude banishment using such tricks.
Pardon?
There, and it is done. You have prevailed. Rejoice then in your single fleeting victory. Guron Salashe. Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes.
Every time, there's still that little bit of adrenaline.
Ariel has gained enlightenment. Only the enlightened can regain their freedom.
Alright, now, as you can see, every time you level up with any one of your exiles, you are given access to skills. This skill essentially doubles the range of Jodariel's dash. I've always favored that above the other base one, as well as for the fact that it gives you the ability to stun enemies by jumping, and you can fling the orb. I almost just spoiled something, but I caught myself.
The demon scribe bestows his favor.
Smadonashe.
Deliosta.
Conceal Tavidias.
Conceal Davidias. Ligeratus. Qui sentirna?
Oh boy, Supreme Commander. Now, with regards to all of these questions, I actually don't think any of them actually get answered. I've asked why he was exiled, how he got the wagon, why we cannot conduct the rite himself. I don't recall the answer to this one.
Some terras.
Yeah, I thought so.
Che rapacitas.
Just take a minute and enjoy that music.
Peleo santa.
Si magquadre.
Sertabase.
Kuran Salashe.
Gratiam.
Ligeratus. Era Tamero.
Now, this is actually rather important. Depending on the answer I give here, she loses at least one stat for the next rite. I can't remember what is what. It's been a little bit. But we'll just keep our mouths shut. Sometimes it's best to say nothing at all.
La tempra pare. Orenta tabellaro.
Alright, Nick. I'll give you the chuckle that it earned on that one. Okay, she gained one hope. I know that on one of the options she loses the hope. Alright game, why are you losing frames here? Calm it down. In case you're wondering, it is pronounced Jomur.
Na tempra varen.
Domizaru Mansa?
Sna.
Ashe Taliosenta.
Volta.
Dolorantas.
Mara Teliosenta.
Destacare.
Nomen cara.
Se fare faro.
Kim verita.
Sertabas Talia.
Fare grastetam.
Alright. First person who's not Nick to spurt out a name gets it.
Irina Teliosenta?
Videre nantis.
Vistalia.
Or maybe since everyone else is lurking, maybe Nick will get it. Okay, I'll take that. My usual is Faye, but we'll go with that. It's probably best that I didn't give you much time on the second page, because one of them is Bay.
Vistalia. Ita Polameta.
Yeah, I know you, man. I know better than that. Yeah, Faye is Faye the Fair, if I remember correctly.
Huh? Macredius Talioreta?
I actually don't know. I've never chosen Bay.
Leveterna zona.
Sapisa.
Samisara Sumana.
Here we reach another critical point. Though, being in True Nightwing mode, it makes it a little bit easier than in the normal game to make the decision. Every now and then you'll have the opportunity to practice a vocation. You can forge for resources, which will give you things to sell. You can study in private, which will give you small, like single-point global bonuses to the stats. Or you can mentor a companion. I've almost always chosen to mentor a companion because each mentoring session gives them 1,000 experience points, which, you know, that's the difference between having a skill in the next rite and not having a skill potentially. Obviously, you generally want to bring up those who are behind because you don't want anyone flagging behind too much. Flogging behind, excuse me? Lagging? I'm not sure. Vocabulary. Anyways, I believe we'll go with Ruki because if I remember correctly, one of his baseline abilities is quite strong.
Maghrib. Sipan ka popol?
Yep, he can double jump, or he deals an additional 5 damage while going into the Pyre. The double jump is just so powerful because it increases the range that you can jump in from to such a huge degree. It just can't be underestimated. And we're in True Nightwing mode, so we have to min-max a little bit if we don't want to suck. Ah, yes. We have the choice of what temporary stats increases we will get by taking these 2 routes. These first few splits are... yeah, kinda. These first few split paths are all beneficial, but as you get about 3/4 of the way through the game, they start trying to mess with you. So I think we'll go with the speed one.
Polamita.
And there we go. +1 quickness for the next ride. There he is. No need to be shy. It's just a nice, cozy environment. Just remember that one of those people that are viewing this is my phone, so no reason to be shy. And yes, Nick will be leaving us here in a little bit. Let's go to the market.
Hit him.
Well, I will certainly be over there once I'm done. This will probably be the last rite for the evening.
Maar waar is hij flies? Destacare.
Nick, if I put my hand in my face any harder, I'm going to smash my own skull in.
Malalaki taki nalajay? Great,
Alright, now, if we buy the ashen coal and start cranking it up, that will give us a good start. Don't tell Ron things like that, man. You'll get his hopes up. I think the ashen coal is as good a place to start as any. Getting that self buff up is good. Yeah, it's an option that you can ask him to be quiet, but I've always enjoyed Ron. We'll just buy a few power-ups for the ashen coal while we're here. And that should get us nice and started.
Pastiame Ritus. Inzi Pyre. Vistalium. Nimkaranam.
Now we just go into the inventory, apply the pinch of stardust, which levels up your talisman. Now we get 13 extra at the start of each rite. Alright, have a good one. I'll be there once I'm done here. And since we don't have any other talismans, we'll just put it on whoever can use it.
Domizaru Mansa?
Pansara.
Orana?
That's a good question, Trolley.
Saventusta.
Uliosta.
I believe I usually like to get the moon-touched girl in ASAP. Should I invoke Endriga? We do have the coal, and it will cut down on the damage by just over half, or just under half. No, not yet. And actually, I think I'll take off Time Singer Harn for
Dullness, the locket.
dullness. I don't plan to have them be doing additional damage, or any damage to me if at all possible. Alright.
Reader, what brings you to the spring of Jomir? Why, it must have been the stars. Although it seems that your triumvirate now numbers 4 exiles, not the expected 3. The rules of the rites were not created for you to besmirch. Prepare now to confront the fate. They still honor the traditions of the scribes, and surely have been longing for this chance. But first, you have a choice to make.
Yes. Somusna Fatiom.
Not tandem, father.
Rare Rimnayas.
Vilasati. Sheila.
Atere Kansat.
Kadiro.
Ira Ligaratus.
Who shall strive for freedom?
Alright. I believe to answer Trolley's question. We'll be... well, this doesn't answer it, but we will be equipping the Tailwind crest onto Jodariel. Her slow speed is a pretty significant bane. But Ruki was the one who received the last training, so he's got a good bit ahead of everyone. So I think we'll go with Headwind.
Headwind.
Because Headwind, old boy, you need the training. Ray is in some pretty desperate need for some experience.
Ray!
Snado siya mata.
And we shall choose Jodariel. I don't believe the Fate will have any items just yet. No, they do not. Alright, Jodariel, let's do it.
Jodariel. The choice is cast.
Virse talogeterus.
Esprage, father.
Commence. Who? The knight's first banishment. Jodariel flung the orb into the flame. Begone!
I am losing frames.
The Fates are banished to the last.
Okay, game, why am I losing significant frames?
Alma doused his adversaries.
Okay, what is the game's issue? Because I could not fight that last bit because I just was losing frames and the game was continuing without me. What's going on here? Okay. Well, that is a hit I didn't have to take. Alright, let's try this again.
Flame.
No mare vici.
A boom come from the stars themselves. But shall it be enough for Dalbert and his faithful son? A blow against the adversary's eye. A banishment. All of the fate gone. Banishment.
Temas.
Yes. This is the path to glory. Edwin. wind doused the adversary's flames. Somebody get the orb. Why, that was rather bold. The orb is up. Oh. Dalbert plunged into the adversary's flame. Old Dalbert's son went poof. An awkward situation for the Fate. A pyre stricken from afar. No more than a lick of flame remains. Oof. Ouch. And it is done. The Nightwings prevail. A rite conducted with aplomb. Perhaps you shan't be quite so fortunate next time.
Mazandu simda.
Teleosanta?
Brage.
Cholarescu Noxalas.
Halibrale grandas.
Je pravesta sum fili.
There is much to learn from this experience.
Alright, that was a little rougher than it had to be, but when you get in the mix of it, it still feels good. The stamina boost as a raw total is, I believe, better than the regeneration. Though the regeneration afflicts everybody. Afflicts, not the right word, but I think we'll go with the 50%.
The Master General reveals his stratagem. Witness the rites firsthand and be inspired.
Yeah, effects. That is the correct word I was looking for. Thank you.
Until the next rite.
Sedame frunca.
Sala haloshiamas.
Lorigase nirudas.
Sertabas talia?
Cruce taricta.
Shela.
Halibrale grandas. Ah.
Vistalia.
Negaro.
C'est femme?
som miret. Nasivarum kieras. Sindare.
Che di multa sa?
Crecare.
Incradecare.
Virta.
Interessante. Vale.
Alright then. I believe tomorrow we shall continue our journey to the cairn of Haub, as well as our journey for freedom. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I hope you could stop by tomorrow, but until then, have a good one.